I'm a senior. We are part of the SAT group here at Brandon. SAT stands for Students Against Disruptive Decisions, and we're here today to just make 3D Month aware to you guys. 3D Month stands for Drunk, Drinking, and Distracted Driving, and it is like a big problem during the holiday season, like especially. Many people die from it, injuries happen, and it's a serious topic. Emily has a story for you guys.
Hi guys, so my name is Emily Hensley. I'm a junior, and 3D Month is something that became very real for me this year. On November 28th, I lost my uncle to a horrible single car accident. He was driving down I-90 when he lost control of his car, slid into the median, and then proceeded to flip his vehicle. We are told that he was killed on impact from severe brain injury. We are also told that he was not wearing a seatbelt. One of the hardest things to accept about his death, though, was that one of the last things he did on this earth was post a Facebook picture. And it's a view outside of his dashboard, and you see the ice frozen on the windshields and how slick the roads are. And his caption was warning people to drive safe. Though we will never know if this is what caused his accident, my family will always have to live with the question, was he distracted by his phone at the time of the accident? Was that Facebook photo worth his life? It's a gut-wrenching uncertainty that I will never wish on anyone. Distracted driving is a very real, a very serious thing, and it kills far too many loved ones than necessary. So on behalf of the SAT and TATU group, I ask that you take this video seriously and truly ask yourself, what are my habits behind the wheel like? Distracted driving doesn't affect just you, but it affects everyone else who is unfortunate enough to have to share the road with you at that moment. So for the safety of yourselves and for all of those around you, pay attention.
Hi, I'm Naomi Poppy. I'm the Film and Consumer Science teacher here at Brandon Valley High School.
Hi, I'm Caden Hookie. I'm a senior.
I'm Emily Carroll, and I teach geometry.
I'm Jacob Franson, and I'm a senior.
I'm Izzy Stone, and I'm a freshman.
Michelle Stemwettle, I am one of the high school counselors.
Lynn Barcher, and I'm a secretary in the office.
What does distracted driving look to you? What do you imagine when someone says distracted driving?
Distracted driving to me is when you are preoccupied with other things in the car. It could be my kids, it could be my phone, it could be the radio, other surroundings that I'm not being able to pay attention to what I'm doing.
When I hear distracted driving, I think of drivers who are not 100% focused on the road, and they may be distracted by their cell phones or fooling with radio, children in the car, or drugs or alcohol.
Texting and driving.
I think texting, or if there's a lot of people in the car and then the other people can be distracting you.
Distracted driving to me is not paying complete attention to the road. Maybe your focus is on your phone or with your friends, and it's just not safe.
I think distracted driving is any time you are not focused on the road and focused on the machine that's in your hands at the time. So anything, whether it's on the phone, playing with the radio, eating, any of that is distracted driving.
How often do you pass someone and notice that they're on their phone behind the wheel? When you do see this, what is your feeling?
Quite often, more often than I wish to see. And I just want to roll down my window and say, put your phone down, pay attention to driving.
I would say about every probably fifth person that I pass, you can see that they're on their phone or doing something else. It does make me nervous. I wonder if they're often going to swerve over or notice that I'm even passing them.
10.1% of BVHS students report that they have ridden in a car or vehicle driven by someone who had been drinking alcohol. Additionally, 10.8% of BVHS students reported that they have ridden in a car or vehicle driven by someone who is under the influence of marijuana.
Knowing some of the statistics and dangers of distracted driving, why do you think people still partake in it?
I think sometimes the texting is kind of just like you don't even think about it when you do it, but like the drinking and like the smoking and driving, I think that they just kind of get caught up in the moment. They don't think about the sad side because they're with other people and don't want to like say no, really. That's the hard part, saying no.
I feel like if they've never had an experience happen to them, they don't really feel like it is really real. Like, I don't think they think it affects them as much as it really does. And maybe they were drunk or high too.
They're only thinking of themselves. They don't think anything's going to happen to them. I think they'll be just fine.
This is the world right now, and everyone's in a rush. You gotta hurry and do this, so let's just do it while I'm driving. Take care of a phone call, take care of anything they think they need to do it as they're driving, and that's not when it should be done.
I think it's easy, and I think we often react to the little beep sound that our phones make, and so we instantly want to check it. We want to have that instant gratification, want to know, and just have that desired need, so we turn to the phone.
Don't text and drive, don't drink and drive, smoke and drive, any of that stuff, and just try to become as aware of all of these situations as possible.
When you drive distracted, you're not just endangering your lives, but those around you as well.
I feel like people just need to be aware that not only are you putting your own life at risk, but you're also putting everyone else that's driving on the same road as you at risk, and you might think it's worth the risk for you, but is it for them as well?
All I have to say is that distracted driving definitely affects everyone, whether it is drunk driver or just something as simple as changing the radio or looking at yourself in the mirror or sending a quick text to your mom that you're like on your way home. And those are all just things to think about because it could all change in a split second.
As my two kids are getting older and I think about all of our high schoolers, it really makes me nervous about you guys as students being behind the wheel and driving and potentially having something, or even potentially as one of my own two kids as they grew up, if they were to be in some kind of a car accident because of a simple phone. That's heartbreaking to think about something like that could eventually happen.
I don't think distracted driving is worth any of what people do, even if they just glance at their phone. It's a big harm to myself, my loved ones, my students, and I don't think it is worth it at all. So we should put our phones and drugs and alcohol away if we're going to be behind the wheel.
If one of my loved ones was impacted by distracted driving, I don't know what I would do. I believe in forgiveness, but it would be very hard if it was something that somebody could have prevented by just being more cautious when they were driving.